John here. It's Thursday, so that means some more sweep picking. And as you saw in the intro, we have a lick as usual, and I'm gonna explain it as well as I can, but if you still need tabs, you can check it out over at my Patreon. You have the link below. After that, we're gonna go straight into an exercise where you can improve your right hand timing, especially if you work on it with 16th notes and 16th note triplets. I explain everything in the lesson. So check out the lick and then go straight to that exercise and add it to your practice routine. And I think you'll be happy that you did. Also, don't forget to sign up for my newsletter and you'll get access to 17 free lessons straight away, and then you get a series of exclusive lessons, both in text and also video, that you won't find anywhere else. Alright, here's the slow version. We start on the 17th fret of the high E string. So the idea of this picked line at first is to really bring out the top note of the picking pattern. So we get that naturally because this is going to fall on the beat. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And then we're back into just the normal sweep arpeggios. And why this is important here is that it brings out the chord. So starting on the root of the A major chord, the 5th of the A major chord, and then we end up here on the major 3rd of the A major chord. And then we just go up the actual arpeggio, so then it's obvious for anyone listening that we're in a major key. So what I'm actually playing here is this Yngwie-esque sequence, 6 notes. If we number the notes from left to right, 1, 2, 3, the sequence would be 3, 1, 2, 3, 2, 1. Frets being 17, 16, 14. Move that down, play exactly the same sequence, but using the frets 12, 10, and 9. And then we go into the 3-string arpeggios. First one looks like this: 9, 5, 5, 6. Picked with a downstroke, pull off, upstroke, down, down, down. So when you get to this point, it's very important you get the rest strokes. So don't do this. So all rest strokes, meaning you fall to the next string. Very important. And then the next arpeggio is going to be starting here. And we're going to have 12, 9, 10, 9. Picking is going to be pretty much the same, except that since we're coming from a downstroke here, it's going to be an upstroke on this one. But up, pull off, up, down, down, down. Move up again to the 17th fret, the root. And now we're going to go down a 5-string arpeggio. And this shape is basically the same as a bar chord with the root on the A string, but we add this note on the top string, and then we add this note on the A string. The notes in between here are simply barring with the second finger, and barring is a combination of sort of flattening your finger and also helping out with your wrist, and that's going to depend on you know, how flexible your fingers are, right? So, but it's nothing wrong with helping with the wrists, yes, you know. So just do as much as you can and then you help out with the wrists. And the idea is that you want to roll over each string in turn, so only the string you're on at the moment will be ringing, right? So, and I highly suggest you start from the lowest note here and go up to get a good idea of where you need to place the finger here for an optimal placement, so when you get down here, you're actually going to end up on the fingertips, you're not over barring. I have a video about this whole barring business when it comes to sweeping on my channel, so I'm going to link that down below as well, so you can check that out for more information and what you can do to avoid getting that kind of effect. Also, I know that Jason Richardson says that he doesn't like barring. I don't get how he fingers this stuff though, if he doesn't have tiny fingers, but whatever he's doing that works for him, so maybe check out what he's doing. But I figured this works for Frank Gambale, and Frank Gambale is the sweeper in my book, the best guy out there, and Marshall Harrison as well, and both of them do a lot of barring, so it's a technique that actually works well. You just need to work on it. So check the video out that I link in the description, and you'll get some good pointers on how to overcome this thing, right? But anyway, the picking would be up, pull off, up, 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 down. So this exercise actually gonna sound decent. We're gonna basically go from one major key to another major key and keep going up the neck and then go back the same way. I'm gonna use two different shapes for the left hand, and the right hand is gonna be all 6 strings going up, all 6 strings going down. And if you work on this with 16th note triplets and 16th notes, you can really get a good timing workout for your right hand, which is very important, of course, because it's not hard to sweep fast, but to keep the timing consistent in the right hand is one of the biggest challenges. All right, I'm just gonna show it here from the 5th fret, but as usual, you want to start as low as you can and then move up as high as you can. And then we're gonna actually go back the same way again. So this is the first shape. So if you know a bar chord, you know this arpeggio already. You obviously need to separate the notes by rolling here and rolling here. Then when we go down, we're gonna go down with this chord, which is actually the 5 chord of this chord. So we're gonna change keys here. So we're in A major, 5 chord of B major, we're in B major, 5 chord of C sharp major, and so on. So we just keep going, sort of endless. It's a very common pattern. It also works the other way around, where you kind of get more of a descending bass line type of feel, because if we go down from B, for example, so it works in both directions, which is good because then we have more to practice. All right, and the right hand is super easy. It's just down, 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 and then up, 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 up. So if we combine both hands, it's gonna sound like this. I'm gonna start from the 5th fret again. And so on. And then when you go up as high as you can on your fretboard, or as high as you feel that it's comfortable, you go down instead. So if I start from the 17th fret here, for example, and so on. But again, I want you to start down here, go all the way up, at least until the 19th fret if you have 24 frets. So go as high as you can, because even though it's really annoying up here, you can do it if you just lower the tempo a bit. And you know what I'm gonna say now, practice this slowly, obviously. That wasn't totally clear. Very important. And another pointer here is make sure that you get the rest stroke. So don't do this. Always go to the next string with a rest stroke. And like I mentioned in the beginning, there's 2 ways you can practice this. Actually, it's a lot of different ways you can practice it, but 2 ways that I recommend would be to try 16th note triplets. So you go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So basically the click would be on the lowest note and the highest note the whole time. So or you can try 16th notes, and then it will take a whole repetition of this until you're back on the beat again, because you get 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, and so on. So that's really beneficial for you, but I would work on both things, because the 16th note triplet one, it's good to get that feel, and you also get to work on this sort of bigger chunks, which will enable you to play this faster eventually, right? So again, you can try as counting it out at first. If you find that even like 40 or 50 BPMs on the metronome feels too fast for you initially, you can just use your foot and make sure that the foot is always down on 1, and then you just count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So you can get the feel of 6 notes per beat. And then once you can get up to a slightly higher tempo, you can start getting a feel for it with the metronome. So but again, go between the 16th notes and 16th note triplets. I would do this twice. Once with 16th notes all the way up, all the way back, and then once with 16-note triplets all the way up and all the way back. So give that a try and let me know how it goes. All right, as usual, if you have any comments or questions, just post them below. Otherwise, see you in the next video.